Everyone, please be seated. Good evening, everyone. To all graduates, proud parents and families, distinguished faculty and staff, and friends of the iSchool, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the University of California, Berkeley School of Information commencement ceremony on this beautiful evening here in Berkeley. My name is Meyer, and I'm a professor and the Dean of the School of Information at Berkeley. I'm honored to lead you through tonight's celebration. Before we begin, a few quick ground rules so that everyone can fully enjoy the program. In the spirit of the Berkeley Principles of Community, please silence your cell phones, stay in your seats, keep the aisles clear. Our time, place, and manner policies apply. Individuals who engage in any action that disrupts the event or prevents the speakers from being heard may be asked to leave, and nobody wants that to happen. I would also like to take a moment to acknowledge that UC Berkeley sits on the territory of the Huichin, the ancestral and unceded land of the Chochenyu-speaking Ohlone people. Consistent with our values, we have a responsibility to acknowledge and make visible the university's relationship to Native peoples. As we honor the students who've worked so hard for this moment, we also recognize the Ohlone people and other indigenous communities who are alive and flourishing members of the Berkeley and broader Bay Area communities with rich heritage and cultural traditions worth celebrating. I would also like to take this opportunity to recognize our faculty and our staff, many of whom are here today on the stage and behind the scenes, whose work has helped our graduates reach this important milestone in their lives and careers. A great university only maintains that greatness with excellent faculty and staff, and we are fortunate to have both in very strong supply. Please join me in recognizing their hard work and dedication with a round of applause. To the friends and family here today and watching online, thank you for being here today, but more importantly, for being present and supportive time and again over the years. Your graduates didn't get here alone, and their achievement belongs to you too. Let's hear it for the friends and family of everybody here today. And to our graduates, congratulations, you've done it. Today, we celebrate the achievements of our graduates across the Management of Information Management and Systems, the Master of Information in Cybersecurity, the Master of Information in Data Science, and the Ph.D. in Information Science. When I came to this great institution 2 years ago, I led a process to refine our mission as follows. The Berkeley School of Information is a global bellwether in a world awash in information and data, boldly leading the way with education and fundamental research that translates into new knowledge, practices, policies, and solutions. We use the word bellwether at the iSchool deliberately. A bellwether leads by setting direction so that others can follow. We describe this school as a bellwether institution, one that takes seriously its responsibility to lead in a world where the consequences of information, data, and technology touch every corner of human life. Today, that word carries to you. You are graduating from one of the world's great universities with degrees that sit at the intersection of technical rigor and human consequence. You understand that data is not neutral, that systems reflect choices, and that the people most affected by information decisions deserve to be part of making those decisions. That's not a small thing to carry into the world, and you are ready to carry it. This is a commencement in the truest sense. Not an ending, but a beginning. You are not leaving the iSchool, you are becoming the iSchool. Out in the world, in your organizations, in your communities, in the work you do, in the questions you keep asking. This spring, the iSchool launched a series of new alumni chapters in the Bay Area, LA, New York, Seattle, and more are to come. At those events, I've met alumni who are doing amazing things, leading startups, setting policy, creating solutions, and creating and shaping a better world. As our newest alumni, I hope to see you at alumni events in the coming years so that we can learn from your experiences, and so you can connect to our more than 9,000 living alumni and serve as an inspiration for future generations of iSchool students. Like those who came before you, I'm confident you have the capacity to lead and to inspire. Go be bellwethers. Congratulations. class of 2026. Now, it's my genuine pleasure to introduce someone who spent her career making sure technology actually works for people, not just in theory, but in practice, on the ground, at scale. Our commencement speaker, Vera Zakem, has served as the U.S. Agency for International Development's first ever Chief Digital Democracy and Rights Officer, shaping a rights-respecting technology agenda for more than 100 lower and middle-income countries. She's worked at the intersection of AI, democracy, national security, and tech policy across government, industry, and civil society. She served on the bipartisan task force to support democracy. And earlier this year, she was appointed by Governor Newsom as California's first woman Chief Technology Innovation Officer, leading the state's digital services and emerging technologies work with a focus on ensuring technology serves all Californians. But what I want to tell you about today isn't just her resume. It's what I've seen this year up close. Vera's been part of our iSchool community as an executive fellow in applied technology policy, and it's been wonderful to get to know her through that program. She brings spark, vision, and a get-it-done attitude to everything she's part of. It's inspiring and invigorating to be around her. Last fall, she was telling me about a new collaboration between the University of California and the state of California that she was already executing as part of the governor's agenda when she was only 6 weeks into that role. That moment told me everything. Vera doesn't wait for an invitation to contribute. She shows up, connects the pieces, and gets to work. Vera is a Californian at heart, and her work has been shaped by a belief that technology, when designed with care and intention, can bring people together across every sector of society. Please join me in welcoming our 2026 commencement speaker, Vera Zakem.
Thank you, Dean Meyer. Of course, thank you, Chancellor Lyons, faculty, staff. Most importantly, hello, students. Hello, families. Hello, friends. And hello, UC Berkeley community. It has been a true joy to get to know so many of you throughout this past year and to be here with you today. Now, I know this has been a long road, but you made it. You have earned the right to be proud, to be graduating from one of the most finest universities in the world and from the School of Information, where your experience designing technology that truly serves people has never been more urgently needed. Now, for me, this is a full circle moment. You know, like so many of you, I am a third culture kid, and English is not my first language. And while I did not do well on the SATs, I did get decent grades, and I could not get into the University of California, Berkeley, and this university was not in my future. However, my best friend did. So what did I do? I was at nearby USF, and during my senior year of college, I fell in love with this university and the Berkeley community, and spent virtually every weekend on this campus and on Oxford Street. Now, this year, I've had a chance to officially join the UC Berkeley community as an executive fellow in applied technology policy. I have seen you ask Thank you. I have seen you ask hard questions about how AI can benefit people, how it can protect kids from deep fakes, and teach them how to use AI responsibly while making sure they're not just using it to write all their papers. Can we talk about that? And how to strengthen digital systems against cyber attacks, how we can deploy AI safely and responsibly in emerging markets. And I've also been exposed to the groundbreaking research and builders and innovators who I already know are building the next unicorns and breakthrough companies, including through the UC Berkeley's Big Ideas Challenge. Now, it is not lost on me. I am standing on Bear territory. at the university that not only generates the most VC-funded startups, but is #1 in the world, yes, #1 for female-founded VC. For female-founded startups, yes. And this also includes many iSchool alumni. I recently learned that last year's Big Ideas Grand Prize Challenge and winner was an iSchool-founded company, AgroSolar, which empowers smallholder farmers in Nigeria with portable, solar-powered irrigation systems provided at no upfront cost, enabling year-round cultivation through a revenue-sharing model that enhances food security, increases income, and promotes climate resilience. And to the women graduating today, we need your voices. We need your voices shaping our digital future now more than ever. In policy, in elected office, in universities such as UC Berkeley making the discoveries, in companies that are building and designing products that benefit humanity and security. And this also means showing up in the rooms where technology like AI is governed, which is the boardrooms. And to everyone, including men, thank you so much for your allyship. It has never been more important than ever, so thank you. Now, because you see, what makes iSchool so special is that you have been studying, researching, building technology that serves people, that shapes our collective security. But it also is rooted in not only in Berkeley values, but in California values. The value of innovation, the value of inclusion, of freedom, of civil rights, and of opportunity. And as you move on into your careers, these are the values that are going to carry you forward. And there will be many times where you will need to lean on them and lean on them hard. And perhaps the two qualities and values that you will need more than ever in these times are resilience and perseverance. Why? Because you see, in my time on campus this past year, and connecting with so many of you, I have heard your concerns about the tumultuous world you are entering in. Just this week, we're hearing of new outbreaks of Ebola, about anxiety about AI taking over jobs, genuine affordability concerns, yet also opportunity that technology can make us productive and more, and potentially increase creativity. So you see, technology like artificial intelligence will either be the force that destabilizes the planet and its people, or be the force that supercharges discovery and innovation and opportunity. But it's up to you to decide. It's up to your generation to decide and make your mark on how that goes. You know, and I was thinking of a few examples that have illustrated for me for this. If you are a parent or have younger siblings, you might be concerned about chatbots impacting children's mental health, where some kids use AI for companionship. And if you have family in conflict zones, we have seen how AI-manipulated content has flooded social media, distorting facts about food security, contemplating and complicating humanitarian response, and eroding trust in society. And if any of you come from rural areas, you may have experienced that more and more a mobile connection is needed. Yet even here in California, that's not the case. And in countries that I have visited, including Fiji and Indonesia, when people get connected for the first time, they need digital literacy. They need AI literacy. And they need to know cybersecurity skills to use technology securely, smartly, and productively. Yet I also see so much promise. And in this technological moment, just to give you a few examples. Now, if you're looking to go into AI for applied health, we have seen how AI has transformed diagnostics and disease prevention. For example, AI has transformed ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease research, drug discovery, identifying biomarkers and enabling precision medicine, offering hope, real hope, for more than 300,000 people worldwide. Like cancer, this terrible disease has also touched my family. And breakthroughs like this give me real hope. And if you're interested in education, AI-powered learning platforms are delivering personalized reading and math instruction to children in villages with no libraries, no reliable internet, and sometimes no certified teachers in many parts of the world. So here's why I'm sharing this with all of you. Each of these examples exist because there was someone just like you decided there was a problem worth solving. And in these times, choosing resilience, choosing to overcome adversity and push through will serve you very well into the next chapter of your life. And you know, throughout my life, I've had to draw on resilience and perseverance simultaneously with a healthy dose of chutzpah and a heck of a lot of hustle. So I'll just share a few examples that shaped me. Like perhaps some of you, I was raised by a single mom. And for me, with not a whole lot to our names, and without knowing much English, I struggled to fit in as a young child. It wasn't until I sang, in my mom's class in front of my mom's teacher that this teacher noticed a spark in a shy kid that seemed to have a promise and a potential and acted on it. She convinced an independent school in Danville, California, the Athenian School, to give me a shot with a scholarship, despite my poor test scores and limited means. You know, it was challenging back then because I found I had to figure it out on my own. And I relied on the kindness of family, of friends, of mentors who have shown me the way not just as a young girl, but throughout my life and career. And it is because of these people that I learned how to cultivate relationships, how to bring people together, and most importantly, how to pay it forward. So as you embark on the next chapter, think of your peers. Think of those who don't have a voice and help them succeed. The universe will pay it back tenfold. And in recent years, my resilience got tested too. When I got a call to enter into public service, I had just 48 hours to decide whether I was going to and wanted to take the job at USAID. There was one small problem. Moving the family back to Washington, D.C. was simply not in the cards. Maybe some of you can relate, but I'm part of what's called the sandwich generation. With an elderly parent and young children, my husband and I made the decision that it was best for my family to stay put here in California. So what did I do? I traveled back and forth between California and Washington, D.C., and to 19 countries along the way, with plenty of red-eye flights, where the plane became my second home. And when things got tough, and trust me, they did, I chose to push through because I believed in the mission. I still do. Now, it is not lost on me that the only way my dreams came true was because I had a very supportive partner and a supportive community. So here's the real moral of this story. And if I can offer you one piece of personal advice, if you choose to settle down, find yourself a kind and supportive partner. I cannot emphasize that enough. So you see, the experiences that have tested me most have also taught me the most. So let me close with a few things that I wish someone had told me. As you go build the next great companies, serve in the public office, or maybe invent the next breakthroughs at UC Berkeley, stay true to your values. Let your perseverance, your truth, your moral compass, your lived experience and your contextualized knowledge shape the digital world for our children and our grandchildren. No technology can take that away from you. Now, when things don't go your way, and many times they won't, don't give up. Because those failures and disappointments are likely opportunities. Opportunities that is in a sign that the universe has something grander and bigger in store for you. As one California technology leader recently shared with me, overcoming adversity is a choice you get to make. Think about it. It is a choice you get to make. Now here's one. Be the person who GSDs, get stuff done, or translate that however you want to. But seriously, I have found in my career, it is just not enough to have the best idea, but it's critical to roll up your sleeves, show up, and show that you can actually execute on that idea. I found that showing up, doing the work, and making things happen is much better than just having an idea without a plan of action. Now, say it with me if you know this, because Beatles said it best. I get by with a little help of my friends. In this turbulent world, you will need your friends, your partners, your co-conspirators, your allies. Trust me. You don't need a lot, but you do need a select few. So what to do? Create your kitchen cabinet, your trusted network. Maybe it's your co-founders, maybe it's your friends, your professors, your mentors, your aunties, your uncles, your kids, your roommates. But to maintain that resilience, you will need people who will be there for you and who will be able to just call you bluff and also call your BS. You see, these are the people who will be there for you, not just when you raise the next round, become the next CTIO, digital ambassador, what have you, but when you're broke, when you're sick, and simply put, when you need a shoulder to cry on. And know you are part of a team. And believe, to stay resilient and persevere, to build AI and other technologies that truly benefit people, our security and humanity, I'm asking you to believe. I'm asking you to believe that with your knowledge, with your ingenuity and your scrappiness and your innovative spirit, and what makes you, you have the power to change the trajectory of our digital future. But to do that, you must first believe in yourself. So here's to you, graduates, to the late nights, to your hard questions, to the brilliant and principled work ahead of you, to your family, to your friends, to your partners, to every act of sacrifice and every act of love that brought you to this moment. You are exactly who we need. Now go chart the digital future, go get them, and go Bears! And we cannot end this without a selfie, so join me.
Thank you so much, Vera, for those inspiring words. Now I have the pleasure of introducing our student speakers, who were voted on by their peers to be representative of their respective degree programs. First, please welcome Tonya Nguyen, the student speaker for the Ph.D. in Information.
My name is, thank you so much, Dean Meyer. My name is soon-to-be Dr. Tonya Nguyen, and I'm a graduating PhD student. First, I want to thank our families, friends, partners, and mentors for being here today. I know parking is really hard in Berkeley right now. So a PhD might have one name on the diploma, but no one actually finishes it alone. I can't count the number of times I asked someone to dissect an idea with me, review a draft, or watch me practice the same talk for the 5th time in person, on Zoom, even across time zones. And I know some of you, especially my family, have been wondering this for years, but what does a PhD student actually do? Yeah, tough question. But we ask a research question, we work through ambiguity, we find joy and beauty throughout the process. Sometimes we have to reframe failure as a seed for growth. We might spend months and months thinking about a single research question. Hopefully we make some progress on it, and that becomes a dissertation. Which question we choose to be the focal point of our lives for half a decade is especially hard to determine at the iSchool, which is genuinely a strange and wonderful place to do a PhD. The iSchool is interdisciplinary. Computer scientists work with sociologists, designers and artists with climate scientists, economists with policymakers. And because of this, sometimes, some of us may have spent our PhDs feeling like we're at the margins of every single field that we touch. But being at those intersections is exactly what lets this community ask some of the most important questions of our time. Some of the questions that my peers have investigated at the iSchool include, why does text matter in visualizations? And how can we be better data consumers? How can machine learning actually help communities around the world in an international development and in medical settings? How do we tell what's real online when deepfakes and AI-generated content are everywhere? And this is especially relevant for my 84-year-old grandma, I won't point her out, who recently sent me a Vietnamese-dubbed Elon Musk deepfake from YouTube about how Elon is leaving the United States because, classically Berkeley, we're too woke. At the iSchool, we acknowledge that culture, institutions, and existing power structures shape how technology is designed and deployed, and how technology, in turn, shapes our lives and society. And boy, this has been a wild time to study technology. Some of us started our PhDs on Zoom. Yeah, it's been a long time. TikTok blew up, and now AI is everywhere. But what we learned at the iSchool is how to make sense of all this, to take a first principles approach, figure out what questions are worth asking, how to answer them, and what is true. And the fact that the iSchool has cultivated a place that makes room for this kind of questioning from people with such different origins and intellectually different paths is so deeply special. And I think about this often because my own family background. I'm the daughter of Vietnamese refugees and a first-generation college student. Some of the students, thank you. Some of the students graduating today have roots in India, Taiwan, Nigeria, Spain. Our intellectual paths are just as varied. I started out as a designer who cared about social impacts, which led me to become a social scientist, and now I'm a systems builder who thinks a lot about policy. Understanding our differences, embracing them, whether where we grew up or what we trained in, is the foundation for solving the world's biggest problems. Everything is connected. And to that I say, to make sense of anything, we have to consider everything. I don't think we'll fully appreciate what we've made here until we leave. And so before we leave, I have several thank yous to the heroes who make this community function, the student affairs team, the tech staff, our dearest Anessa. I would say she built the flywheel of this place and put out my own personal fires with her bare hands. To our advisors and faculty, thank you so much for your mentorship. I didn't know I was gonna cry. your patience, your critique, your belief in us. And thank you for celebrating us now as like intellectual peers, which is gonna take a while to get used to. And to my fellow PhDs, thank you for the coffee walks and boba, for safe spaces like DRTW, for wacky, sometimes really incoherent banter in our little iSchool basement, and for the solidarity when our lives were literally in complete chaos. Thank you for letting me witness the beauty of your minds and your shared humanity throughout the years. And to my parents, Ba and Mea, thank you for believing in me and letting me carve out my own path. So class of 2026, whether you're feeling relief that finals are over or grief that it's an end of an era, excitement for the future or terror of the unknown, there's one thing we should be feeling: proud. We did it, and I can't wait to see what we build next. Thank you.
Thank you, Tonya. Now, please welcome Larry Arpia Jr., the student speaker for the Master of Information in Cybersecurity, or MICS program.
Thank you for the introduction, Dean Myers. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm incredibly honored to be standing here as a student speaker. I'll be honest, when I first got the email from iSchool, I thought it was a mistake. Or maybe worse, a phishing attempt, right? Which, given I'm in cybersecurity, would have been ironic. Standing here today, it's hard not to reflect on how unlikely this moment once felt. Many of us started this journey balancing careers, families, responsibilities, and still choose to better ourselves. There were moments we questioned it, moments we weren't sure if we could keep going, but we did. We kept showing up, we kept pushing forward, and today you are a living proof of that. And before anything else, I'd like to give glory to God and recognize the people who got us here, to our families, to the people who carried us when we couldn't carry ourselves, to my mom and dad who came to this country with very little and gave me everything. Mom, every step I take is the moment you made possible. To every immigrant family in this room, this stage belongs to you too. To my wife, Michelle, you held our worlds together while I held books. There's no version of me standing here without you. To my kids, Michaela and Mackenzie, one day you'll understand why Dad was glued to that laptop. But for now, just know it was for you. To my classmates and fellow graduates, you made the late nights bearable and hard moments lighter. And to the leadership at Deloitte, thank you for investing in growth, in education, and in me. This degree may have our names on it, but it belongs to every single one of you too. If Berkeley taught us one thing, it's this: growth doesn't happen in comfort. We came into this program from everywhere. Different stories, different countries, different cultures, but has the same hunger to evolve. What this program gave us isn't just about a degree. It's perspective. The kind that changes how you build, how you write, and how you decide. Because what we do isn't just about technology. It's about resilience. It's about thinking clearly under pressure. It's about doing the right by people who we will never meet. Steve Jobs once said, "The people who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are the ones who do." And I look around this room, and I see exactly that kind of crazy. And now we're stepping into the world that's changing faster any class could prepare us for. Cybersecurity is no longer just a technical role. It's leadership, it's strategy, and it's trust at scale. And AI is rewriting our future in real time. AI will amplify everything we do, our capabilities, our speed, our decisions, but it will also amplify our risks, our blind spots, and our mistakes. So the question isn't just about what we can build, It's how we build it, why we build it, and who it impacts. That's where leadership comes in. Leadership that shows up when decisions matter and when doing the right thing isn't always the right thing to do. That's who we are now. And one last thing about this class, what makes us very special is in our skill. It's about sitting right in this front of our stadium. And look around. This is the definition of what success even looks like. That's not a footnote on our resume. That's our edge. Because the threats that we're going to face are global. And global problems will never be solved by people who think the same way. And before I close, I want to take a moment to speak something personal to the Filipino community and to fellow immigrants and minority here today. This moment means something deeper. Sa lahat ng patuloy na nangangarap, kaya rin nating sumabay sa world academic stage. Hindi hadlang ang pinanggalingan natin, hindi hadlang ang hirap na dinaanan natin, sa bawat sakripisyo ng pamilya, sa bawat pagod na pinagdaanan, patuloy ito na kaya natin. At sa bawat hakbang na narating natin ngayon, dala natin ang buong kwento kung sino tayo. Ipinagmamalaki kong Pilipino ako, kaya saan man tayo dalhin ang susunog na yugto ng buhay, dalhin natin ang tapang, sipag at puso ng Pilipino. Hindi lang para sa atin, kundi para sa susunod sa atin. Pinagdadasal ko ang kapayapaan at tunay na demokrasya. Maraming salamat at mabuhay tayong lahat. Thank you. Congratulations, class of 2026. Go Bears.
Thank you very much, Larry. And now, please welcome Trisha Ahmed, the student speaker for the Master of Information Management and Systems program.
Thanks, guys. Okay, I've started the 5-minute timer. So, congratulations to the MIMS class of 2026. My name is Trisha Ahmed, and I am honored to be your graduation speaker this year. Before MIMS, I worked as a journalist, most recently as a reporter at the Associated Press. But after years of reporting on many sad events, I came to MIMS with the goal of learning more about how to build and improve products that can help spark joy in people's daily lives. Back when I applied to MIMS, I had very specific companies and products in mind, like Spotify and Bumble BFF and Crunchyroll. But now that I've completed this degree, I realize there are so many more ways to work at the intersection of technology and user delight, with special attention to ethics and social impact than I had initially imagined. For example, my capstone project, which I worked on throughout this semester with 2 extraordinary classmates, Shivangi Tikekar and James Alichny, was all about creating digital games and puzzles focused on user delight that can also help local news outlets financially sustain themselves. I'm obsessed with the other projects my classmates presented too. For example, there's one called Whimsy, which reimagines what sharing your photos with friends could look and feel like. There's another called When Mira Calls, which is also a game, but 120 minutes long and focused on teaching people cybersecurity principles in a way that looks way more fun, engaging, and interesting than I ever imagined a cybersecurity game or training could. All of my classmates' projects are not focused on playfulness, but many of them are. And all of them have an emphasis on tech for social good. You should all check out our cohort's final projects online after this to get a sense of what kind of amazing work we've been doing here and why we've assembled across so many different backgrounds and skill sets to be here. And now to the fun part. As some of you know, I've been collecting responses from MIMS classmates in recent weeks to make sure this speech reflects some of the ideas that the people in my cohort care about the most. 30 people in my cohort of 65 who are graduating today shared their thoughts with me about graduating from MIMS. So instead of quoting famous people, I guess I'll be quoting people who are not yet famous. And I would love to share some quotes with you all now from 6 of my cohort members. I've selected these 6 quotes because they reflect many of the themes and patterns that I saw across the 30 responses. Quote number 1, from Aditya Subramaniam. We've done it. We should be proud of ourselves. Back yourselves to get through anything difficult that you might be going through in life. I believe in every single one of you. That's for the cohort. Number 2, from Itzel Lopez. Always question the status quo, regardless of whether you're the only one in the room doing so. Number 3, from Minkush Jain. I hope we stay ambitious, take risks, and build things that actually make people's lives better. Berkeley and MIMS gave us the confidence to think bigger and try things that we probably wouldn't have before. It feels like this is the point where the real journey starts. Number 4, from Samin Masood. I think I lucked out with my cohort, the lecturers, and professors that chose the iSchool when they did. What helped me land a role in this abysmal job market are the classes offered by lecturers like Steph Hutka, Michelle Mulia, and Jed Anton. Number 5, from Seth Ayume. Congratulations to us all. Different interests, backgrounds, skill sets, yet the respect and support for one another has been outstanding. May the bonds we've formed here carry beyond the walls of this great institution. Go Bears. And finally, number 6, from Shivangi Tikekar. A lot is happening politically and in the tech world with AI, and we are at the forefront of it. We're also graduating from a program that really values ethics and understanding the societal implications of technology. So I hope that when we go out, we remember all the different people that we were here with, and that we design and create things with ethics, understanding, and love for everyone in mind. Congratulations again to the MIMS class of 2026. I'm so proud of us, and I believe in each of us to achieve whatever the heck it is that we want to do after this. Thank you.
Thank you, Trisha. Finally, please welcome Siddharth Manu, the student speaker for the Master of Information and Data Science MIDS program.
Dear fellow graduates, faculty, friends, family, and distinguished speaker, I am Siddharth Manu, and I'm deeply honored to represent the MIDS graduates as student speaker. 2 years ago, most of us could not define the transformer architecture. Today we can, enthusiastically, at length, and usually at dinner parties where nobody asked. To our families and friends who endured those explanations with slightly glazed expressions, on behalf of all of us, I apologize. I want to thank our families and friends for their support, encouragement, and patience. You are the unsung co-authors of every paper we wrote and every late-night assignment we submitted. The willingness to rearrange your own lives around our project deadlines and class schedules. We could not have done this without you. This degree belongs to you too. Personally, I want to thank my parents, especially my mother, who encouraged me to pursue this degree exactly when I had convinced myself I shouldn't. Mom, you were right, as usual. And to my wonderful family and friends who came all the way here and are watching online, you guys are the very best. Being part of the iSchool has been one of the greatest experiences of my life. When I applied to MIDS, I had a feeling that my curiosity had stopped growing and that I was a decade too late for a master's program. 2 years later, I can confidently report wrong on both counts. If anyone is wondering whether it's too late, let me be your data point. It's not. In MIDS, I found a community that pulled me forward, that showed up in Mark's office hours for those deadly 203 assignments, where shared suffering somehow made us all smarter. It showed up in Bruce measuring speaking time into a 1 because every voice deserved room. It showed up in John's generosity to get me a photo with Andrew Ng, which is my phone lock screen, and no, I'm not taking it down. And it showed up in an informal Gen AI paper reading group led by Mark and Tim, where I learned for the first time in my life to enjoy reading research papers on Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. And that's also when something clicked. In Jennifer's NLP class, we encountered a teacher-student LLM, the wild concept that one AI could teach another. And I realized this was exactly what was happening in our cohort, curious minds teaching each other. The lessons we took most seriously, that correlation is not causation, that what we measure shapes what we optimize for, that data can be biased were not just statistical warnings, they were lessons in humility. They remind us that AI reflects the choices of its builders, and that the difference between one that helps and one that harms is us. That belief motivated our capstone project, Intentive, an AI companion that keeps your goals from drifting out of focus. My team, Stephanie, Aaron, and Justin, built it on a simple idea. AI should make humans smarter, not redundant. The real promise of this technology isn't smarter machines, it's better humans. And our project was not the only one. Our cohort took data science in every direction that mattered: healthcare, climate, education, finance, art, and law. What unites us is one conviction, that technology is at its best when it makes humans stronger, freer, and more themselves. President John F. Kennedy quoted the poet John Masefield, who said, "A university is beautiful not for its towers or for its ivied walls, but because it is a place where those who hate ignorance may strive to know, where those who perceive the truth may strive to make others see." That is this program. That is this community. We didn't just come here to learn data science and machine learning. We came here to see more clearly and help others see. My mentor in life, Dr. Daisaku Ikeda, puts it even more simply. I quote, "Universities exist to benefit those who are unable to attend them," end quote. The privilege of being here is not the destination, it is the assignment. Whatever we build next, we build on behalf of people who never got a chance to sit in these seats. We are leaving today with more than degrees. We are leaving with a richer, deeper way of looking at the world. And we don't have to do this work alone. We belong to a global community of data scientists across time zones and continents, people who learned across every difference to listen to and work with each other. In a world being pulled apart by division, that is a radical act. To close, I leave you with this. Trust your humanity. Treasure it. The future is not an eventuality. It is something we build together, intentionally, humanely. So let's go build things that matter. Stay curious on a Saturday morning and never stop learning. Congratulations, class of 2026, and go Bears!
Thank you very much, Siddharth. So thank you to all our student speakers. It's now my pleasure to announce all of the award winners across our programs. We'll announce the name of each award winner at this time, and the winner may stand where they're seated to be recognized, and please remain standing until I finish announcing the winners for each of the programs. We'll pause between each program to allow applause for the winners. So first, our MICS, Master of Information and Cybersecurity Award winners. The MICS Excellence in Teaching Award is Jenia Heisver. For spring 2026, the Lily L. Chang MICS Capstone Award goes to Agent Watch by Anaga Latte, Boaz Kaufman, Marissa Hall, Cynthia Austin, and Rutika Kushe. For fall 2025, the MICS Capstone Award went to Rest Assured Venti API by Carl Johan Westhoff, Blue Strong, Jenny Garcia, Tyler Heslop. And for summer 2025, the MICS Capstone Award went to the Decentralized Domain Name System, DDNS, by Guan Yang, Fu Trin, Amaru Sarukkai, Osman Sharif, Edward Tachim, Alma Nakemla, and Shannon Iqbal. So please applaud all of our MICS Award winners. Okay, you may be seated. Now to our MIMS, Masters of Information Management and Systems Award winners. The MIMS Excellence in Teaching Award winner is Stephanie Hutka. The MIMS Outstanding Teaching Assistant is Natalia Juarez. The James R. Chen Awards for Outstanding MIMS Final Projects go to AV Watch by Noah Baer, Evan Haas, Joshua Mossman, Monica Paz-Para, and Reform by Michael Harrington, Natalia Juarez, Arner Sabet, Micah Nelson. Please applaud all of our MIMS Award winners. Okay, you may be seated. Finally, our MIDS, Master of Information and Data Science Award winners. The MIDS Excellence in Teaching Award is Vinico De Sola. The MIDS Outstanding Teaching Assistant is a tie, Alona Bardner and Andy Matthew Guinto. For spring 2026, the Hal R. Varian MIDS Capstone Award goes to Eye to Voice, Gaze-to-Speech Application for Individuals with Disabilities by Katya Aukamp, Kita Desai, Nicole Flowers, Clara Rhodes. For fall 2025, the MIDS Capstone Award goes to Age Voicey, Evaluating Voice AI for Aging in Place by Emma Choate, Vinith Karupu, and David Russell. And for summer 2025, the MIDS Capstone Award went to Home Me by Stanley Yin, Ian Weinberg, Catherine Lau, Subhashis Das, and Jane Su. Please applaud all of our MIDS Awards winners. You may be seated. If you're following along in the digital program on your phone, if you reload the page, it should update with all those award winners that we've just announced. Congratulations again to everybody who was not only an award winner, but also presented. One of my most exciting moments of the year is going to the Capstone Awards and being able to hear what all the students have been working on. It's really fun. Now, the moment we've been waiting for, the conferral of degrees. Professor Josh Blumenstock will begin with our Ph.D. graduates.
Thank you, Eric. The PhD in Information Science is a rigorous interdisciplinary program that gives students a thorough grounding in information systems design, social issues of information, and information law and policy, while also giving them the intellectual freedom to pursue projects across a wide variety of topics, from applying machine learning to address food insecurity, to the use of participatory design and the creation of socio-technical systems, to using natural language processing to better understand culture. Though the graduates from our doctoral program are pursuing very different, disparate projects, they share a commitment to an ethical and critical approach to technology and a desire to help communities and an interest in developing a more fundamental understanding of how technology interacts with society. The culmination of our doctoral program is a dissertation project which is carefully and thoughtfully crafted over many, sometimes many years, and always with the goal of deepening and strengthening the field of information. So without further delay, I'm pleased to announce our graduates from the doctoral program in Information Science. Dr. Kent Chang. His dissertation was titled Measuring Cultural Representation and Social Interactions with Machine Learning. He will be hooded by Associate Professor David Baman. Dr. Susana Constenla Vioslala, dissertation titled Machine Learning, Causal Inference, and Distributional Theory for Early Warning, Impact Evaluation, and Sampling Strategies in International Development Applications, hooded by myself, Joshua Blumenstock. Dr. Nikita Mehandru. Modeling Clinical Reasoning and Machine Learning Systems will be hooded by Associate Professor David Baman and Assistant Professor Ahmed Allah. Dr. Tonya Nguyen, The Values We Live By, Enactment, Alignment, and Politics in Socio-Technical Systems, hooded by Associate Professor Nilufar Salehi. Dr. Justin David Norman, Computational Forensics in the Age of AI, exploring novel methods for deepfake detection, technical methods for biometric systems evaluation, and the complexity of data privacy and consent in high-stakes situations, hooded by Associate Professor David Baman. Dr. Sheyi Olojo, Engineering Language, The Politics of Machine Translation for African Languages, hooded by Professor Nilufar Salehi. And Dr. Chase Stokes, Combining Text and Visuals for Effective Data Communication, hooded by Professor Marty Hurst. One more round of applause for all of our doctoral graduates.
Okay, next we've got, let's see which program is next. Master of Information and Cybersecurity, David Baman.
Hi, everyone. I'm David Baman. I'm the head graduate advisor for the Master of Information and Cybersecurity program, otherwise known as MICS. So the MICS program prepares students to address the technical, organizational, and policy challenges that are involved in protecting digital systems and information generally. Students build expertise in areas including cryptography, network security, and privacy engineering, while also studying a range of other topics that provide the context for all of this work. Right? Cyber risk management, government and national security, and the legal and social dimensions of cybersecurity. The program emphasizes that effective security work requires not only technical knowledge, but also an understanding of the institutions, the policies, and the human factors that really shape how security is practiced. Now, the students who are about to walk on this stage all bring together technical depth and a kind of strategic vision, and demonstrate the kind of multifaceted leadership that this field demands. I'm pleased to announce our graduates from the Master of Information and Cybersecurity program.
Edward Lee Ridley III. Chi Hsien Chien. Anshuman Chopra. Jorge Alejandro Rivera Lizarralde. Kivan Parang. Rutiko Nitinkumar Kushe. Marissa Cheyenne Nicole Hall. Amaka Abiakam. Srianvitha Chikati. Kelly Willard. Boaz Kaufman. Anaga Latte. Hashim Khan. Mark Hager. Larry Campued Arpia Jr. Bryce Daniel Ingram. Ervin Tibay Bautista. Jenny Jiang. Daniel Sorto Lizama. William Bradley Fromming. Peter Fu Huang Qin. Charles Keith. Matthew James Firer. Umer Assad. Nicholas John Moriski. Albert Joseph Diaz. Benjamin Gabriel Justice. Neha Dage. Junu Shrestha. Jenny Elia Garcia. Rachel Lai. Matthew Christopher Neath. Khaled Basma. Kevin Hernandez. Mason Paul James. Tyler Tenlin. Esperanza Nash. Nicholas Michael Garcia. Wyatt Ochoa. Giorgio Murad. Caleb Infinger. Scott McPhee. Sri Kavya Nama. Emma Spradbrow. Aishwarya Joshi. Nina Yap. Cynthia A. Austin. Richard Menish Kumar. Tyler Jesse Heslop. John Nanashekaran. Tanishk Suvarna. Aaron Thomas. Mesa Ndoye. Naveed ul Islam. Osman Sharaf. Caitlin Isabel Hernandez.
Okay, next is MIMS, the Information Management System with Professor Marty Hurst.
All right. As the head of the MIMS committee, it's my great honor to introduce the graduating class, MIMS class of 2026. The Master of Information Management and Systems is a 2-year full-time in-person professional degree. Our students come from all over the world to study here on the UC Berkeley campus. They come with a broad range of academic and work experiences. And here at the iSchool, they all undertake a systematic study of the technical, design, social, and policy dimensions of information systems. They take classes from user experience design to machine learning, from technology policy to product management. They undertake internships at tech companies and nonprofits. They complete a final project, which we celebrate at the showcase events this past week. Now they're ready to take all that they have learned in these past 2 years and go out and change the world.
Carl Gerard Illustrissimo. Kevin Skinner. June Fang. Guyun Jung. Emily Ho. Igorim Kurmambekova. Victoria Lee. Trisha Ahmed. Shivangi Tikekar. Monica Chen. Samin Masood. James Olichny. Yannick Noah Bayer. Set Tete Eyum. Soradeep Das. Itzel Montserrat Lopez Pacheco. Monica Patricia Paz Para. Joshua Mussman, Evan Haas, Mahe Zehra Kazmi, Amber Jong, Eric Tsai, Kenny Lee, Sarah Elgashgari, Wendy Zheng, Chelsea Chen, Michelle Lin, Sejin Kim, Jesse Deng, Bira Jaya Bhumimars, Evelyn Wong, Ann Yu, Supakarn Boonlart, Cody Mack, Victor Nyetic, Sophia Fern Lamfier, Edward Angus Fraser, Jeremy Evan Dobro Vale, Elisa Lei San Tong, Adrian Sinapis J, Masa Koulibaly, Pamela Quartzen, Sushanti Karani, Minkush Jain, Aratrik Paul, Natalia Juarez, Arnur Sabet, Anaga Anand, Raymond Clifton Hartjen, Vikram Singh Rothode, Vijay Kumar Prakash, Devi Sivakumar, Andrew Akawaku, Tyler Tuhig, E.U. Lin, Haoming Pan, Yinwei Sun, Tubal Theodros, Delvin T. Marimo, Enseke Atatue Engilbus,
Okay, now we have the Master of Information and Data Science, Associate Professor David Bamman.
Hi, everyone, again. I'm David Bamman. I'm also the head graduate advisor for the Master of Information and Data Science program. So at the core of MIDS is an activity that I think about as sense-making, right? Taking the vast, complex, messy data that increasingly shapes our modern lives and trying to make sense of it and all of the complexities that go along with that phrase. Now, the students in our program learn about the tools and the methods that are at the forefront of this field, right? Machine learning, natural language processing, generative AI, large-scale systems, through a curriculum that emphasizes working collaboratively on real problems. Like MICS, this program has always been about more than just technical fluency. Right, coursework covering the human values that lie behind the systems they build ensures that our graduates understand the human consequences of their work, and training in research design ensures that they can not only squint and find the patterns that may or may not exist in the data, but also explain what it means when they do exist and why it matters. So with that, I'm pleased to introduce our next generation of sense makers, our graduates for the Master of Information and Data Science program.
Tyler Kuhn. Hyung Gun Kim. Akin Akinlabi. Sonia Song. Catherine Weiss. Aidan Cole Connerly. Eric Pang. Alexio Lira. Nitya Sri Chira. Min Young. Christine Tan. Brian Robert Woods. Siddharth Manu. Stephen Lee. Tanav Thanjavuru. Chase Emmett Kapana. Himaja Jungle. Hima Kethu. Nazia Humera Hawk. Suvas Ravala. Teyasvi Kalakota. Nick Malamed. Rashikesh Ingale. Anshul Jha. Jason Chang. Neharika Kade. Shruti Rayadur Gupta. Akram Asaf. Mohammed Abu Bakr Saleh. Vanessa Navarro. Vaishnavi Vasudeva, Jane Elizabeth Lai, Bianca Paul, Vivrid Prasanna, Saleh Al-Humaid, Eduardo Gabriel Gonzalez, Woo Jung Kim, Vishnu Goror, Akshay Sharath Chandra, Liam Williams, Carlos Anselmo Santander Espinoza, Sojanya Yadana Pudi, Meher Habib, Mayumi Cordova Lozano, Eric Cabeza, Alexander Yangda Kaichin, Mohammed El Zubair, Tiffany Liu, Michael Caswell, Zeynep Dereli Korkut, Divya Mangani, Guru Charan Hunusmarana Hali Chandra Mahesh, Tommy Ju, Roy Sun, Hamza Islam, Mina Baghai, Dylan Sivori, Asin Salim, Marisa Lenchi, Muez Huda, Aman Kumar, Chris John, Derek Liang, Niyanthri Ramaswamy Naresh Prabhu, Annabelle Basualdo, Ryan Douglas Schaefer, Ronald Knapp, Ryan Powers, Tim Platz, Sebastian Ayala Rosales, Kent Borgwing, Jasmol Singh Desi, Brandon Moy, Andres Nieto, Vicky Liu. Juju. Karen Veer Lamba. Ben Robbins. Aparna Shankran. Jacqueline Tiffany Young. Ilona Bodnar. Ayushi Goel. Francesca Scipioni. Arman Hiranandani. Peter Valverde. Hunter Tan. Soyeon Kim. Skylar May Wang. Grace Murnahan. Connor Hugh. Abhas Wanchu. Mikel Calderon. Marcos Geraldo. Man Vileluk. Stephanie Andrews. Smitha N. Menon. Ifan Sun. Fangchen Liu. Bikram Singh Kara. Mala Ramakrishnan. Peter Liu. Carla Gabriela Tapia. Alec Emerson Heidi. Umair Habib. Manan Mishra. Samuel Joseph Dominguez. Muhammad Ali Fardayev. Shikha Sharma. Margaret Namazi Lubega. Matthew Paterno. Alex Preston Lewis. Vinit Kurupu. Surabhi Gupta. Seema Vora. Chong Zhang. Jacqueline Loyola. Andre Lupin. Bilal Paracha. Kirthi Shanbag. Yi Lin Catherine Liao. Licheng Dong. Aaron Yin Lin. Diana Liu. Julie Zhu. Pablo Aganza. Jagriti Singh. Ziakidi Williams. Tony Gibbons. Kyle Wong. Yu Hao Ding. Hitesh Arjun Bazantani. Jonathan Hernandez. Bernardo Andres Cobos. Ryan Steele Reuter. Jason Scott. Kwong Mana Win. Kevin Yee. David Diaz. Ross Verbanek. Akshita Gandra. Sudiksha Sarvepalli. Marcelino Bautista. Shruti Mahadevan. Kirthana Ramesh. Tiffany Sinran Wei. Helene Yilmaz. Courtney Chen. Samantha Taylor Townsend. Priscilla Siao. Brandon Zoe. Daniel Brown. Amy Sarah Williams. Jia Kuang Nguyen. Tali Stone. Simran Gill.
Okay, that's all the degrees being awarded, but we're not quite done yet. I would like to invite Professor Blumenstock back to the podium as our alumni speaker. Josh?
Hello again. So my name is Josh Blumenstock. I'm a professor here at the iSchool. Some of you may know me from the classes I teach on machine learning or big data and development. Some of you probably still resent me for making you code stochastic gradient descent for regularized logistic regression from scratch in problem set 4. That's fair, but you did it. But I'm up here now because I'm also an iSchool alumni. I received my PhD from this school in 2012, and I was asked to say just a few words from the alumni perspective. So I have just one thing to say to you today, which at this late stage of the evening is a relief for everyone. And that's this. At some point in the next month, you guys are going to be on a plane, at a dinner table, at a wedding, and the person next to you is going to ask you a really innocuous question about what you studied in grad school. And you're going to pause. You're going to hesitate because there's no real clear answer to that question. You guys have also probably had this awkward pause with the people seated around this stadium already. But I want to argue that this pause, this slow, small, awkward beat at the dinner table, is actually one of the most valuable things that you're taking with you from this school. Of course, you're going to have to say something before the conversation gets too awkward. The first answer you might try, one I've used many times, is to say something about, the interface between information, technology, and people. And most likely, your dinner neighbor will look a little confused and try and find a way to politely change the subject. A second common answer is to define the school by what it is not. To say, well, it's like computer science, but with people and law, or it's like sociology, but with technology and design, or it's like policy, but with data science and cybersecurity. But if you go this route, you're describing the school by what it isn't, which, while accurate, is no less confusing. Another answer is maybe more candid. It's that we don't really all agree on what an iSchool is. The faculty debate it. You students, I've heard you debate it. And every few years, the fields shift underneath us, and the debate is reignited. When I was a student here in ancient history, MIDS and MICS were ideas on a whiteboard, and we were still using scare quotes every time we talked about big data. Now, generative AI, agentic AI are here, and they're making these arguments feel all the more urgent. But the answer to the question that I really believe is this. It's that pause in the conversation happens because what we do, what you do, is messy, and it engages a much richer set of ideas and methods than sociology or computing or whatever those lucky one-word department alumni get to use. But that's okay, because the most important problems in the world are quite messy and cannot be solved with a single set of tools or viewed through the lens of a single discipline. How do we design algorithms that reflect human values and aspirations? How do we craft policies that can effectively guide the next wave of technological disruption? How do we build products and platforms that protect institutions and empower communities? So, when you're on that plane next month and someone asks you what you studied, I hope you pause. I hope you don't just quickly smooth it over. I hope you say something a little bit awkward, but something that's actually true. And I hope you go and do work that doesn't fit neatly in a box in a single discipline and work on problems that matter. One more thing, you should not forget that you're now part of a community, of a network, of people who also, like you, appreciate the complexity of hard problems and who also have an awkward pause when someone asks them a really simple question at a dinner table. You're all alumni now, I guess I'm the first person to say that, and you're graduating into a community of thousands of people like you who know how to move smoothly between code and policy, between institutions and individuals, between technical systems and human consequences and values. So use that network and find ways to contribute to it. So go out, do good things, earn lots of money, and along the way you can give some of it back to the school. Just kidding, sort of. I think they wait to the fall to ask you. But most importantly, you leave here with a degree that More Than Most was designed for problems that don't fit in a box, problems that matter. So please go and tackle those problems. Again, congratulations.
So we're right on time, it's 9 o'clock. As we bring this ceremony to a close, I want to extend sincere thanks to the families, friends, and loved ones who've joined us from near and far to celebrate this milestone. Your support means the world to our graduates and to all of us at the iSchool. Graduates, I invite you to stand as comfortable, turn to the audience, and give them a round of applause for everything they've given you on the way to today. Graduates, please stay standing and now face the front. You're stepping into a world that it needs exactly what you've built here, the ability to ask hard questions, to center the people within the data, and to lead with both rigor and conscience. We talked today about bellwethers. That's not a ceremonial title, it's a charge. We'll be eagerly watching, and we expect great things. Now the moment you've all been waiting for. School of Information graduates for the degrees Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Information Management and Systems, Master of Information and Data Science, and Master of Information and Cybersecurity. By the power vested in me by the faculty of the School of Information and the Regents of the University of California, I am pleased to confirm you are now graduates of the University of California, Berkeley, with all the rights and responsibilities thereto. Congratulations, graduates of Berkeley. Everyone, please join me in giving them a big final round of applause. Fiat Lux, go Bears, and have a wonderful evening. Thank you, good night.